Hello everyone, welcome to Quarrelsome Rhinoceros Stitches. My name is Monica, I'm the host. I'm coming to you from Bangor, Maine, which is a very small city in sort of the middle of Maine. And it was really nice outside today, so I decided I wanted to come and sit in my backyard. So yeah, everything is finally green. I'm so excited, it's finally really springtime. So, today's episode is probably going to be pretty short. I only have a couple of things to share with you, and then I need to go get lunch. So, yeah. So I have a couple of finished objects. I have a finished object, a half object, and a work in progress that I wanted to share with you. And then I have a couple of acquisitions that are not yarn related, but I thought they would be interesting to share. So let's get right on with it. So, a couple of months ago, I can't remember what episode I shared it on, but there was one episode where I shared a sock that I had finished during a day at work, where I had done the entire thing while I was working for like 6 hours or something like that. And so there's that sock. Forgot my sock blockers inside. So, there's that one. And then I finished the other one. So I have two shorty socks. I did the same thing on this one that I did on that one, but for some reason this one fits better. I think I may have messed up the heel part on this one. But yeah, so I have these finished. These were Patton's Croy sock in the blue striped rag colorway, and then these heels they're another Patton's Croy Socks FX, and I think it's in cadet colors. I'm sorry if you can hear a plane going overhead. There's a fairly large airport in my town, and you can always hear the airplanes going. Yeah, anyway, so yeah, so it's blue or something cadet colors, I think might be what it's called. But yeah, so what I did, I cast on, I used the Turkish cast on for the toe, and I increased until I had 64 stitches, and this is on a 1.25 millimeter needle. Sorry, 2.25, not 1.25, it's a US 1. Anyway, and then I knit for the foot, and then a German short row heel, but I also used Mina Phillips mini heel flap adjustment. So it's this little thing right here, and it makes it fit so much better. So I may end up using that for future socks. And then I did a couple of rows. I think I did like 8 rows of stockinette after the heel was done, and then 20 rows of 1x1 rib, 1x1 twisted rib with a fairly stretchy cast off. I can't remember which one I used. But yeah, so that was these. I really like them. They fit really well over my heel. And then the next thing I have to share with you is a half object. I showed these as a work in progress last episode. And so these are the Grand Central socks from the Knitting Expats New York sock collection. So this is the first one finished. I was probably on the foot somewhere when I showed it to you last, and now I have closed it up, and I've woven in the ends. I have not blocked it because I tend to block socks together. And this little stitch marker is just marking where I put in my heel, so I know how many pattern repeats I did on the foot, or the heel, or on the foot, and how many pattern repeats I did on the top of the sock. I only did the patterning on the front part of the sock. This is done with, I think it's 56 stitches on a US 2, which is a 2.75 millimeter needle. And I really like the fabric that this needle makes, so I like doing fewer stitches on a bigger needle apparently than I do on. So I don't know, you probably won't be able to tell the difference really. The fabric is just a little bit like the stitches are a little bit bigger, obviously, but I don't know. I like this a lot better. The yarn is from my local yarn store called One Lupin, which is processed and dyed in Maine, and they dyed this one themselves. It's called Kelp Garden, and I'm excited to cast on the other sock. I know I'm gonna have a little bit left over because this sock I have 71 grams left of the 100-gram ball, so this only took me 29 grams to make the sock, so yeah. It's also a much longer cuff than I'm used to. I kind of got carried away, which is fine. Like, I'll probably like it a lot, but I got a little carried away because I really enjoyed doing the pattern on the front of the sock. I don't know, did I get a close-up shot of the pattern? It's really good. I'm excited to do the next one, the next month's sock, which this sock pattern I think was released in April, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe March. No, this one was March. So I haven't done the April or the May one yet, so. And the last thing I have to show you is a work in progress. Let me finish this row out here because it's hard to show when I'm in the middle. So this work in progress I showed to you before. I showed it to you as a partially finished object. It is my Koru cardigan. So I showed you the left front panel, and so this is the right front panel. And I think I showed this to you as a work in progress last week, and I was way down here. This has been my primary knit for the last 2 weeks. But yeah, it is, I've memorized the chart by now. I've done it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 times. So, I definitely feel like I've memorized it. It's a really simple, twisted lace pattern. I'm doing the armhole and the collar decreases right now, so I should be done with this piece probably by the end of the weekend. Yeah. And I'm holding that one in my bag that I bought from Knit Picks, which has a little thing on it, and it says, "She taught me to knit, which has been a great amusement." It's a Jane Austen quote. So I'm keeping that in there. And yeah, there's that. I'll cast on the back next, which has a couple, it has, I think the back portion was what kept, so I started that sweater and I did it in the round, and I did all 3 panel pieces at once, and that was a mistake because I had to look at 5 different charts, 5 different charts for the whole thing. So there's 3 charts on the back, so that's going to take a little bit of time to get used to. But yeah. Anyway, moving on. I have been trying to, no. I'm moving on to acquisitions. So the only acquisition I have this week is from Nikki's Geek Boutique. That's getting a shadow right on the thing. So, I found, I don't even know how I stumbled on Nikki's Geek Boutique, but it's nikkisgeekboutique.etsy.com. But I wanted some wax melts because I got like a little thing to have wax melts in. So she has wax melts that are inspired by different like fandoms and stuff. So I bought 4 of them. I bought 2 Harry Potter ones. So one is the Gryffindor Common Room. And it comes with 6 wax melts. They're 2.5, it's a 2.5 ounce container, so you get a fair amount for it. So the Gryffindor Common Room is cedar with fresh, crisp apple, warm spices with a hint of musk, and warm fragrance of amber. Yeah, I haven't tried this one yet. The only one I've tried is the last one that I'll show you. This one is Fantastic Beasts. It's fresh air and mountain leaves with pine, exotic woods, sweet berries, and a crackling campfire. A lot of the ones that not a lot, but a lot of the ones that I wanted had patchouli in them, and I can't. I'm allergic to patchouli, so. This one is called Cthulhu, which is white sand, cool, salty sea air, and notes of dewy ocean herbs. And then this one is called Hobbit Hole, and it's probably my favorite one. I like how it smells the most. And it's pipe tobacco, strawberry, allspice, basil, cedar, and a creamy French vanilla. And it smells so good. I am using one right now. And I've already gone through like 2 or 3 different candles, little like tea lights underneath the wax melter, and it's still, there's still a lot of wax in there, so they last quite a long time. But yeah, so I thought I would share that with you because that's the only thing I've bought this week. I've been really, really good. We're moving into summer, where I only have 1 day of classes left, and then I have 1 day of finals, and then I'm completely finished. I do have work a couple of times next week, but other than that, I can bring my knitting to work and actually just work on knitting and not have to work on any homework too. So that's really exciting. But yeah, that's all I have to share. I'm moving on to, I guess, the personal life section of my my podcast, which really is, I have one day of classes left, and I'm so excited. I have to turn in a short story tomorrow, and a paper that I have to turn in tomorrow. And then Monday I take a test, and I take 2 tests on Monday, from 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. and then 10:30 to noon, or 10:30 to 12:30, and it's gonna be real long. But I think that it's going to be really good. I'm really excited for summer. I'm really excited to be done with this semester. And hopefully next week I can finish this up and then move on to the back piece and at least get a good chunk of that done. But yeah, so next episode should be longer and full of more knitting, hopefully. Alright, I'm going to sign off and go grab some lunch. Bye everyone.